remind you, please use the right channel to ask the right question. So if you'd like to ask about the challenge document, it would be awesome if you ask it on the week 1 channel, on the week 1 Slack channel. So because if you write it on the resources channel, then we'd have to forward it again to the week 1 channel. The tutors might not see it, assuming it's a resource. So please, I would like to emphasize that you send all the right questions in the right channel. So if you have a question regarding the 10x platform, then you send your message on the 10x support. And also, please do not send any message on the resources and broadcast channel, since that's only for the team. We will be adjusting the settings as well, but please be cooperative on that as well. And I really hope week 0 went really good. If I can hear some feedbacks, I'd really appreciate it. So anyone who'd like to say something about week 0, please raise your hand and I'll call your name. Okay, Mulat.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, my name is Mulat.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you too. The week 0 was a good thing for, I didn't have any experience on Kifiya program, so it introduced me what they are doing, what you guys are doing in Kifiya program, and it introduced me to learn further about the machine learning, materials like Python libraries. This was a great thing for me, and the one I want to raise here is I didn't get the how to write the documentation for what we wrote as a code, as a program, and this was a challenge I faced. I don't know. I don't know if you have already shared the platform, the template to write the documentation, but I didn't get that. That was my problem. So overall, it was best, because it introduced us to many things. Thank you.
Thank you, Mulat. So regarding your thought about the the documentation template, I think the tutors have shared, but maybe you missed it because we get lots of messages on the week's channel. But this time we'll also share it on the resources channel so that you guys can refer to it when you submit. But I'm really glad that you got a lot of new things from week 0. I'm sure everyone did. Yeah. Anyone else would like to say a little bit about week 0? I'd really appreciate it if I get someone from the women. Okay, Barakat. Barakat, if you're speaking, we cannot hear you. You're on mute.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. How you doing, guys? Hi, Makita. I do have one quick question. I'm not able to access the Slack. When I click the link, it goes to a dashboard and asking me to use like a Google, Apple, or my email, but I'm not able to log in. So I used talking like 2 weeks ago, but I don't know what happened this week.
Oh, okay. So I'm sharing it. I'm sharing the Slack link in the message now. So you can just click
Okay.
that link and join the
Okay.
week 1 workspace. Yeah.
Yeah, still I'm seeing the same page. Like, what should I click? Like, it says
Uh,
in the first option, it says continue
mhm.
with Google, and the second would be continue with Apple, and
Yeah,
continue
you
with
can
email.
continue with Google. You have an email address, right?
Sure.
Yeah, so you can pick the email address you used for the registration, and then you can log in using that.
Uh, okay, but it says create account. So should I create account like a new user?
Yeah, you have to do that.
Okay, I
This is a
already.
new workspace from the week
Okay.
0.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought it was from the week.
No, it's a different one.
All right. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone from the women would like to say something about week 0? Okay, so here in the chat box, I'm seeing Sumaya. She's saying the experience was amazing and everyone was incredibly supportive. Mostly the tutors. They responded to our questions instantly. I learned a lot during the program. Thank you. Tasabia is saying it was a good experience. It challenged my effort, but quite helpful to deeply explore libraries and tools. Yes, I'm super happy to see that you guys got lots of new things, lots of new approaches to the work that you do. And just to add on that, I remembered when Sumaya said supportive, mostly the tutors. So please ask your questions. Most people in the week that were in the week 0 but did not submit, they tried to justify it, saying that they had lots of questions and they didn't know how to approach it. But the right way to approach it is just throw the questions in the week's channel. That's how you will get support. If that's also like something that you would not want to do, you can DM, like directly message the tutors, because they have a tutor tag on their Slacks. So please do not hesitate to ask any type of question, even if you think it's so unrealistic, or maybe if the question seems too simple for you. Like, we're all here to support you guys, so please do not back out of asking a question. Yeah. I saw one person raise their hand. I don't remember who, but anyone else would like to speak? Nanita, okay. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for having you. And regarding to the previous week, it is very amazing, and I got so many things from week 0. So it is very nice at all. But I have one question now. When I just checking my 10x Plus dashboard, so it is say no grade, then the missing. Also, the grade status is said to be said. Pending and submission started is missing, but before 2 or 3 days, I think it is graded. So what is the problem to that? Or I don't understand why this is happened to me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mahalit, you can hop on that question.
Thank you, Nanita. I think if you have submitted, you should have to say it's either on time or late, not missing. If you did not submit anything, it says missing. So we didn't touch anything from our side because that's on your hand. So
No,
just check.
Actually, I submit all of the assignment. I submitted already.
And the one that's on pending state, maybe that's because either you didn't give us access or something like that. Maybe we can figure out later, or you can write to me on Slack.
No, before yesterday, actually, I have yesterday I didn't check. Before yesterday, I check it, but it is already approved. 2 of them is approved. The other is pending. Already on the status is draft now. But when I check now, it is said missing. I submitted already all of them
Okay, I
on
said
time.
that
Mm.
if you submit it, it doesn't go anywhere. You can see it, and we can see it as well.
Maybe could it possibly be that he's looking into the week one?
Maybe
Oops.
that would be the case. But for the week 0, if you submit, we can see it as well as you can see it as well.
Okay.
If it is week 1, yes, it's missing because you didn't do anything for
Okay.
week 1.
Okay. Maybe that one actually. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Mukhtar?
Yes, how are you doing, everyone?
Hi.
Okay, thank you. Actually, it was good for the previous, week one sessions. And, my question is based on the submission report that we have to submit for the interim part. Is it mandatory to submit the interim part? Because, most when I try to ask what this interim part trying to indicate, they're saying, we are trying to, evaluate the progress that we are working on. But when try to submit the interim part, it's an unfinished tasks. So is it acceptable to submit the interim part, which is unfinished tasks will be there? So how is that going to be evaluated?
Okay, for the interim task question, I think that's a good question, but as I have said earlier, we want to see your progress. We don't want to leave you alone with this old process because we are asking too many things. Can you please mute the person? Mukhtar, can you please mute?
Okay, sorry.
There is a noise, background noise from you. So, as I have said earlier, these interim submissions are useful for us to gauge where you are, because we are asking so many things. And are you get lost, or are you on track to submit the final, or are you trying to cope with the task? So, we want to see that one, even if it is incomplete, even if it is something that you have done for the challenge. We want to see that progress as well, as a progress tracking. And this will increase the engagement that you have with us. So that's why we are asking the interim submission. For now, these interim are mandatory for the next 3 weeks, because you need to submit the interim submission, you need to submit the final submission, and after these 3 weeks, we might change to have either in 1 week after. As you have said, this is incomplete work. Yes, it's incomplete work, so we don't want to see the full work that's done on the interim, but we want to see your progress. Does that answer my question?
Okay. Yeah. Yes. One thing to add. As in the challenging tasks, actually there is a structured GitHub folder structure like that, right? So most of the time when you try to do the tasks, we are not doing many things. So there are some folder structures that we are not using. Just put it there and submit there. So sometimes it's better to tell us what are those folders created, its purposes, and if we are going to, if we have to use them. So something like that. There is a folder like testers. And the other folder structures will be there. There are some folders that we have to use, but there are some folders also that we are not using. So if you can tell us better, so that we can fully use the folder structures for the project, that's better for us, I think.
Yes, as you said, yes, we will explain, but since this is week 0, the past week was week 0, and everything will be overwhelming if we try to include everything, but that's the bare minimum things that you can do on week 0, and going towards week 1, week 2, week 3, you will learn most of them throughout the process. So that will explain more on that folder structure, but each and every folders that are mentioned there are the bare minimum requirements to perform any data science or machine learning related repository structure.
Mukhtar, was that answered? Okay. I hope it was. Reading from the message, Surafil Singh, I think is, oh, okay. So Desta said, although we have extensive experience, I found it challenging to interpret the charts, graphs. I'd appreciate some guidance. Okay, that's a really good question. What you can do is when you start this week's challenge, you can reach out to one of the tutors and then they will guide you through it. So it can be solved that way. But just like Desta did, like you can mention the challenge that you had through the week 0 and then ask, because the main point here is to improve and not just submit some perfect submissions or some perfect work. So just try your best, try to dedicate more time from the time you have. Of course, many of you might be working or also taking classes, but whenever you have a free time, you can take that. You can also use that time to have a one-to-one session with the tutors. You'll also be added in a group of in groups. So in their group, in those groups, you can communicate whatever challenge that you're having. So that's one thing. Another is, it would really be good if you could attend the daily stand-up sessions. That's where questions will be asked, questions will be answered, progresses will be like reviewed. So it would be great if you guys join the stand-up session and also participate, not just join and sit and listen, but also participate in showing what you've done. So I would also underline on that. Barkling here saying it was a good experience. The support of the tutors support was really amazing.
Excuse me,
I'm sorry, Mahdi.
You were breaking. We lost you somewhere.
Oh, okay. Am I back now? Okay. Okay, great. So what I was just saying was we will be creating groups with one tutor dedicated to each. So please try to communicate there, ask questions. That was the whole point of my okay, so with that said, okay, I see Mulat raised his hand. Mulat, you can speak.
Okay, sorry for interrupting you for the second time. Okay, I just want to add some issue I did face during week 0 assignment task. That was I submitted the final report, document report within 48 hours after the deadline has already passed. I submitted, but it said me missing, not because I don't know how long it will wait for us to submit the late submission. Please, can you explain? Because I didn't grade my task was not graded due to that.
Is it not graded until now, or
it says missing? Yes, of course. I did already submit, but it says missing.
Okay, so you can discuss this with Mahalit right after this call on Slack.
Okay.
But just to answer your question regarding the late submission policy that we have, we we have a 48-hour grace period. So that means let's say the submission time is at 11 p.m., right?
Yes, of
EAT.
course.
Yes. And so starting from 11 p.m. until 48 hours plus, you can submit it. So you will have an additional like 2 days to submit it.
Of course, I did think like that, but
And it was not graded.
yes.
Okay, you can communicate that with Mahlit just to save
Okay.
time now. But so what I recommend all of you here is to log into 10x. With Mulat, if you could mute your, okay, thank you. If you guys can go to your 10x account and look into the onboarding document that we shared there. There's a a generative AI usage policy that we've added now. That means you can use GPT to work on your you can use and generative AI to work on your challenge, but you have to add the prompts and whatever that you used to get answer from the GPT on your reports. But so that we have a late policy, we have a code and conduct as well. So you can go ahead and review that. It would be super helpful. So please go ahead and review that. That will be what we will be using throughout the training. So keep that up. Another thing that I would like to remind you is, so in the next like 3 weeks, 4 weeks is where we see like your actual potential. So please make sure to submit. There's of course a graduation criteria as well. That is a minimum of 6 submissions is required. So 6 weeks submission. So please submit. Like, do not say that it's not perfect to submit. Just submit it. You can. We have I think we opened the submission like. We allow resubmissions until 4 times. So please go ahead and check, like submit until week 4, week 5, week 6. It'd be great if you submit like the whole, but we also understand that many of you are working. So please try to submit as much as you can. I think that's, so Stefanos is saying, please explain the GPT usage policy more. You can use GPT, but you'll have to include how you used it on your reports. So regarding the GPT policy, as I have said, please go to your 10x platforms, log in, and you can check out the onboarding document. It's all there. Fozia as well, yeah. Challenge so we don't want you to overuse GPT. I mean, we don't want it to work everything for you, but it should be also helpful. Also in the job environment, in the work environment, that's what, basically what people do. So we do not say don't use it, but use it, but then also include it in your reports. Okay, Wendy. Okay, Wendy, if you're speaking, we cannot hear you.
Yes.
Okay, now we can.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for giving this chance. I have question on the previous week challenges.
Mhm.
I have submitted all the assessment challenges, but all the grades are given by the AI, and you have tried to approve that grade, but nothing is changed there because why? Because if you check the assessment, some point may be added or it may be decreased with some points based on the document if you access that one, but nothing is changed on all the four assessments. If you can, please explain this.
Okay. So
Thank you.
yes, we have an auto grader, but after the auto grader grades it, tutors also review it. Second round. So if you resubmit, each time you resubmit, it will grade it. The AI will, I mean, the auto grader will grade it, but then tutors also review it. So if the grade that you got never changed, that means the tutors have reviewed it and they believe that that's the grade you deserve. But if you still have questions, you can reach out to Mahlit regarding grades. Yeah.
Yeah. I have tried to
Mm.
check my mistakes, and I have tried to upgrade every day. Even I have submitted on time, and I have tried to upgrade all the requirements, but nothing is changing. Uh, if it is impossible to rearrange or to add some features after the deadline. If it is impossible, please tell us this one. But I have tried to submit all the requirements. Nothing is changed in my on my result. Uh, so if it is impossible to add some features after the deadline, maybe that may be my mistake. If it is possible, some grade may be changed if they check in detail. So I will ask for Mahlit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Kimball, I'm sorry if I'm spelling your name incorrectly. You can speak.
Okay, you are correct, Kimber.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm glad to be with you. Week 0 was it was amazing, and it is the time when I learned a lot of things from different things, from our tutors as well as from my peers. So I have one question depending on the deadlines. I think from on Notion or week 1 schedule, it says deadline is at 11 p.m. But from 10x platform, it says around 11:59 p.m. So which one is the deadline time? I mean,
So either ways, submissions are going to be allowed until like 12. So 11:59. You can start submitting from 11 until 59. Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Like, to add on this one is like if 1 hour grace period would be like if you miss, like we give 48-hour grace period for you to submit even if late, but the 1 hour grace period is for you to submit on time, which is just if the system may not work, or if you have any issues within that 1 hour window, you may be able to submit with that 1 hour window, and it won't be considered as late. So we give you 1 hour additional grace period for you to submit on that specific time until 6. So it won't be recorded as late.
So late is going to start after 12.
Yes. So they have 1 hour grace period for that one.
Okay. Marek?
Okay. የፕሮግራሙ ፐርፐዝ ምን ነበረ? የአሁኑ ሴሽን because introduction to the program ነው የሚለው ካለንደር ጋር ሳይሆን አሁን ግን ሌላ የሆነ ነው ወይስ ገና አልተጀመረም ነው?
No, introduction to the challenge document የሚጀምረው 7 ተኩል ላይ ነው። አሁን ዴይሊ ስታንዳፕ ላይ ነን ያለነው። ትንሽ we're ahead of time እንጂ የዴይሊ ስታንዳፕ ላይ ነን ያለነው።
ኦኬ
ያ እሺ በረከት
Okay, thanks again. Before wasting your time, I'm not sure if I can ask some technical questions in a daily stand-up. So can I ask you some technical questions regarding the current week assignment?
What I suggest is you ask that question on the challenge introduction session.
So that would be around 7:30, like
yes, in 25.
In 25 minutes. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dagmawit is saying it was stated that 20% was added for trainees who submitted earlier, but I didn't see the additional 20% in my grade. Okay, so that's a good question.
I think like it will be added on the leaderboard, like final after
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah.
the grades are
Yeah.
calculated.
But so
it
for
will be
week
added on.
0, I don't think we had a leaderboard, right, Barakat?
Yeah, it's not up here, but we will update and provide the leaderboard. So
Yeah.
it will be added there, not on each individual grades.
Yeah. So the 20% addition is going to be reflected on the leaderboard. So leaderboards are released when we finalize grading and we do some back-end stuff. So for week 0, we haven't released it yet, but when we do, we will let you know. You can, of course, see it. But starting from week 1, it's going to be visible. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Mahalit, yeah.
Just wanting to add on this, as you have said, the leaderboard will be released either today or tomorrow. But in addition to that, we will have a serious recording on the attendance and the Slack participation, that on the one which you see on your dashboard. So please, as much as you can, try to participate either in the these sessions or in Slack, so we can those grades can be maximized for you. So starting from this week 1, we are extracting those information on day base, and we will update on weekly basis.
And it will be reflected on the leaderboard, right?
Yes.
Okay. Amazing. So that's that. To give time before we start the introduction to the challenge, let's end it here. This was good. I think we're giving us a task, confusing. Okay, so we have a message from Saladdin. Week 0 was good, but content the 10x team specify more when giving us each task. Some of the tasks confusing and okay, so you want it to be more detailed. We will take that. Galasa is saying, do all weeks challenge stay the same until the end of the program? No, challenge differ from each week, like from week to week. So week 1 challenge is going to be different, week 2 is different, 3, 4, every challenge that we give are going to be different. And Stefano is saying, how do you know if we're attending the daily stands? I would give this to Mahalit. It's
because we can extract the meeting link is ours. We can extract the information from the classroom.
Yeah, I would like to say the team is smart, guys. You have to know that the team is super smart. So we're not gonna miss anything. Yeah. Okay, Tensai is saying, and what ways are we supposed to participate in Slack? Also, I only attend stand-up meetings, watch recorded videos, full-time job. Is that okay? Yes, so in Slack, what we're saying is, if you have questions, raise them. Communicate with the team. Do some, we have a community building session that goes on every day. So try to participate in that. That would also count, so. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Samuel and Emilian are having their own conversation, so I'm going to leave that. Barkling is saying you skipped. I was asked that I am in my final exam week and working on the week 1 deliver might be difficult. Do you have any suggestions? Yes. Hop on a call with one of the tutors, plan out the week, plan out like when you should do which task, and I'm sure you'll keep up. Everyone that's doing exams, reach out to one of the tutors, plan out the week. That's what I suggest. Also, reach out to Gudda and Emilian to plan out the week, like time management. They can help with that. So use that. Saladin saying, does not submitting the interim parts affect the grading system? No, it doesn't. We take, of course, it will be graded, but For leaderboards, I think. Oh yes,
Okay.
Malik.
It really affects. So you need to submit the interim and the final submissions. Both are mandatory for us.
So it's the interim as well as the final is going to be reflected on the
Yes,
leaderboard.
the cumulative of that.
Okay, cumulative. I'm sorry, Saladin. So yes, interim is going to be count. Ma'ara is saying I'm in my final exam. Even I have exam after 1 hour. That's not an excuse. Yeah, we understand. Like get the recordings and go from there. But as I said, reach out to the tutors. Mikhail is saying, do we create new repo every week or do we create branches? How do we manage our codes? I suggest that.
Let me take this one.
Okay, time is going, so that's why
Yes,
I
the
was.
time is going. Sorry, Market.
Go ahead.
So you need. Milkisa, can you mute, please? So it's expected to create new repo every week. You have to create new repository, new branch, and according to the ask, you will manage your codes there. But for the previous tasks, like a previous for week 1, you have a separate repository. For week 2, a separate repository, and your codes will be there. And you don't need to manage if you have to go to that repository. If you want to work on the next, you have to create new repository, plus you have to add the new codes there. So either you can reuse, you can move the code from the previous week, that's possible, but for us, creating new repository is mandatory. Yabzaka, I think that's a good suggestion. For now, we can take it as a note, but for the first 3 weeks, it's mandatory because everyone's skill sets is not the same as what you expect or what you know. So we want to see. Can you hear me now? So that's a good suggestion. Move to leave the in-stream submission, but due to the difference in skill gap, we want to see everyone is on track and everyone is doing what's asked. So that for that purpose, we need the in-stream submission at least for the first 3 weeks. And these 3 weeks are mandatory, not on that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So my question is about, I think we all joined this training because we need something from it. And I think besides the skills that we can just, get from this training, we want to be reassured that after graduating this from this training or after just finishing all the weeks of training, how are we going to benefit from this training? I mean, how are we going to benefit from graduating from this training? I guess you get my point right. So can you just clarify on that?
Let me ask you back. Why did you apply? Like, why do you think that getting into this program was gonna help you, like in any way?
So I found it on.
Your voice is far. And now you're muted, but so we can't hear you.
So I was suggested to join this training, and I believe that I could just, get some experience on some, some techniques about just doing good on AI. So I think I could benefit from that too, from the skill, because it is very important skill, I think, nowadays. And also I wanted just, some kind of certification from this training, because I can just use that on, on my life, like on applications, job applications, and so on. So I think you can just clarify something about it.
It depends on what you're looking for. Everyone here, of course, came, but if the goal is to get certificates, maybe 10 Academy is not the right place. But because, of course, we provide the certificate, but why you're here, what I think you should be here for is the portfolio. The projects that we do, we give hands-on training. So working on those projects and saving you some like projects for your portfolio is the goal. So I think you should be here for that. Does that answer it, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Galisa.
Am I there?
Yes.
Okay, guys. I wanted to ask one question before I ask it through the chat, but I think I understand why I ask it. My question is about
Mm-hmm.
weekly challenges. There are challenges every week. Do these challenges the same in patterns all the week? Not in content. Do they be the same until end in pattern like projects?
The contents are not the same. How we give it is going to be the same.
Okay.
Yeah. I see Stefanos saying maybe an internship. Consider this as an internship, working on the challenge and solving problems and building a portfolio. But in regards to internship in the Kifiya financial technology company, yes, I mean, there are ways where we can provide that based on your grade, your dedication, your submissions. And yes, that's possible. To have a little idea of what we're going to learn over the topics, can we have some course syllabus? We don't provide a course syllabus, but challenge introductions, I think will help. We'll give you highlights. Yeah. For now, we don't have a course syllabus, but I think that we should think of. Okay. How many weeks are there going to be? 12 weeks. It's a 3 months training program. We're going to have 12 weeks. Okay. Fozia is saying, so I always find it difficult unzipping the data from Drive, a shortcut I didn't discover it yet. I think Fozia, Mahalit will also agree with me. You should ask this question on Slack or on the challenge introduction session. What are the minimum criteria to graduate is submission of a minimum of 6 weeks submission. 6 to 8 week submissions would be great. And of course, your grade matters as well. But that depends on the current batch's performance. I hope the other meetings end on time going forward. Yes, so we have Daniel raise his hand. Let's just answer Daniel's question and close this.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Can I ask a question about the project specifically? The project that we are given today.
Okay.
My question is that I had seen the CSV files that you gave us, and under the column stocks, the data is like, I'm sorry to say that, it's garbage. I mean, there is no real symbol of that stock. So do we have to connect with the stocks? What do you say? The stock symbols that you give us, or should we? I don't know how to do EDA for that, because the title and also the URL, the how can I figure out to put the symbol of the stock to the specific data?
Okay, so Danny, I think you've gone a little ahead of the team, but that's a really good question, I'm sure. The challenge introduction hasn't been given yet. How you do it? The data may be garbage, but maybe it's useful. That's why probably the team has added it there. So in the challenge introduction session, after they go through the data, you can ask this question. When you said a question about the challenge document, I did not expect this type of technical question. That's why I said you could ask, but follow up on the question on the next session. Does that work for you?
Okay, so
Perfect.
no problem.
And also, if you don't know how to do EDA, the team is here. You're going to learn.
I can do that. We do that on the solar project, but this one is.
But when you look at the data, it seemed then like unrealistic.
Yeah, so there is no real data in the column stocks.
I'm sure you'll do magic, but wait for the next session.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Okay, guys. Let's wrap it up here. And yeah, thank you for joining us, being here, trying to work through the challenge. And yeah, I hope to see you throughout the training. Have a great day. Suppose time I need 7. Mahlit, we will take your suggestion right now. Okay. We can stop the recording.